Hello, sweet people. Welcome back to Drmummycakes channel, the home of easy, beginner-friendly cake tutorials that anyone can follow. Today, I've got a special treat for you. Everyone is going to want a cupcake like this. Today, I'm going to show you how to make these delicious orange and cranberry cupcakes. Perfect for any time of the year, but perfect also just in time for Christmas. If you are a baking beginner, don't worry, you are in the right place. I will show you all the steps that you need to know to be able to make your own delicious cupcake. Check out the description section. You'll find the full list of all the ingredients that you need, as well as some top tips to help you. So let's get started. But before we do, I have something just for you. If you are a baking beginner and you want to stop being confused, you want a clear pathway to go from not knowing what to do to being able to bake amazing, delicious cakes and decorate it, you want to be part of my community. It's coming early in 2026, a community of baking beginners just like you, learning how to bake delicious cakes. This first star ingredient is the cranberry. Now I'm using dried cranberry because I don't know about you, but getting fresh or frozen cranberry where I live is very difficult. So I'm using dried cranberry, which I'm going to rehydrate with some hot water. So measure out the cranberry, put it in a bowl and pour hot water into it for about 10 minutes to get the cranberries to plump up. Sieve any excess water and set aside for later. Next, our ingredient is our oranges. Give it a good wash to remove any impurities from the surface because we are going to be using the orange zest, which is the peel of the orange. Now, having a zester or a fine grater would be better, but I didn't have this. So what I'm doing is just using the knife to just gently peel just the zest. You don't want the pits, like the white bits that you see. You just want to finely peel it off just like that. That's the orange zest that you use. You might need to chop it up into smaller bits if you use this method. As you can see, my orange zest is ready. But like I said, a zester or a fine grater would probably make things a lot easier. Squeeze out all the juice from the orange. We are going to use the orange juice. You can either do this by hand, or if you have a citrus juicer, you can use that as well. Here we have the orange juice and the orange zest. Set this aside for later. Now let's prep our cake pan. Now I'm making cupcakes, but this recipe will also make layered cakes. All the details will be in the description section, so make sure you check it out. Next thing we're going to do is combine all the dry ingredients together. So we're using plain flour. Measure this out, pop it into a bowl. Next, measure out your baking powder and add that to the flour. And then your salt. Once all your dry ingredients are together, give it a good whisk so that everything is well and nicely combined together. And set this aside for later. And let's go on to the next step. The next step is going to be a way of it really infusing that orange flavor into your cake. We are going to mix the orange zest with the sugar to really get the citrus orange flavor into the sugar. Now you can do this with your stand mixer or your hand mixer, but this can be a little bit tricky, especially if you're making smaller quantities like I am. You can just use your hand. You just want to just rub all that citrus into the sugar just to get it nicely infused. Next, we're going to start the creaming process. So we've added the butter and the oil, and then we're going to cream it all together to get it nicely combined. Make sure you stop in between to give your bowl a nice good scrape to make sure that everything is very well combined, because sometimes you'll find that the bottom bit is not mixing properly, so you don't want that. Give it a good scrape and keep mixing. If you're using a stand mixer, it'll take 2 to 3 minutes. With a hand mixer, this will take you about 5 minutes. Add in the eggs. Do add in the eggs one at a time. Once you add in each egg, mix together for about 30 seconds to a minute to get the first egg to be nicely combined. You'll start to see your mixture coming together. When you add the last egg, also add your vanilla. I'm using vanilla bean paste, but you can also use vanilla extract. Add that to your mixture, mix together for about a minute so that everything comes together. Make sure that you scrape your bowl to ensure that everything is thoroughly and nicely combined. Set that aside. Next, we are going to take the orange juice that we squeezed and we're going to mix it with whole milk, which should be at room temperature. Whisk this aside and then get everything ready. So this is a little bit tricky, so make sure you prepare. You want your bowl with your batter, you want your milk and orange combination, and you want your flour mixture. While your mixture is on low speed, you want to slowly add the dry ingredients into the bowl while mixing, and mix until it's just combined. Be careful not to overmix at this stage. It's a little bit tricky if you're using a hand mixer, easier with a stand mixer, but you can see what I'm doing. I'm just slowly pouring in the dry ingredients while mixing it. Once the flour is just nearly combined, then you want to slowly drizzle the orange juice and milk mixture into the batter and then mix to get it nicely combined. Personally, I like to finish up the last stage of mixing my batter by hand so I don't run the risk of overmixing. So I switch to using a spatula and just mix that until I can't see any flour granules. And this is what your cake batter should look like at this stage. The final bit is to add the plumped cranberry, which you've rehydrated with water and sieved any excess fluid. You want to gently fold that so you can see that's a folding motion, just bringing it into the middle to get it to be nicely combined. And then we're ready to pop it into our cake tin. So this is what your cake batter should look like at that stage. Not too thick, but certainly not runny. Okay, let's pour that into our cake pans. Of course, you've already preheated your oven, so your oven should be ready to go. I use a spoon to scooping my batter into the cake pans, but you can use your spatula. Some people will use an ice cream scoop. Key thing is to try and be consistent, have the right amount in each cupcake pans, and fill it up to half or 2/3 full, never to the top, so that you allow space for the cupcake to rise. And then we're going to pop it in the oven. So it's been in the oven for a while. I know it's not quite ready, but I want to show you the different steps. So I can tell it's not ready because it's not yet properly risen. I have a cake tester. If I pop that in, you'll see that the top is not formed, it's soggy. Now this is starting to look more like it, but I know it's not done because it's not yet got that brown color. When I put the cake tester in, you'll see that the batter is not as gooey, but you see that just not quite ready. So I let it bake a little bit longer, and now these babies are ready. Look at that golden color. Stick your cake tester in. It comes up nice and clean and it smells absolutely gorgeous. Take it out of the oven, and if you have a wire rack, leave it to cool for about 5 minutes and pop it out of the cake tin. Just look at those babies. You can see that the cranberries are all over the place. They haven't sunk into the middle of the cake, and that's because we plumped them up. Oh my goodness, look at that cupcake. Absolutely beautiful. Just delicious. Now, if you've made it this far in my video, I know that you are definitely interested in cake decorating. So do make sure that you subscribe to my channel where I have lots of tutorials that will help you make amazing. Okay, we've done all the hard work. Now it's time to taste our delicious cupcake. Oh la la. Look at that. Now that is a beautiful, soft cupcake. Oh, that is so gorgeous. Look at that. Can you see how the cranberries is distributed all around? It doesn't sink to the bottom. Let's have a taste. So good. It's soft. I can taste the orange and I can feel the cranberry. Oh, nice. Yeah, it's a hit. So you should try this. If you're seeing this around Christmas time, put this on your to-do list of what to bake this Christmas. Absolutely delicious and something different. For those who don't like fruit cake or other traditional Christmas bakes, this is great. Honestly, this works any time of the year. Oh, yeah. I can taste the orange flavor. Perfect blend. Not too sweet, but sweet enough, if you know what I mean. Great. So I hope you should try these out. They're really good. As always, if you get stuck with anything or any questions, drop a comment in the description section. I answer all my comments. And yeah, happy baking. I'll see you next time.